Good evening to everybody. Thank you so much for coming out, and welcome to the Nixon Center for Performing and Visual Arts and our 2024 Coweta County Spelling Bee. Tonight's Spelling Bee is sponsored by Southern States Bank. Our competitors in tonight's bee are the finalists from each of our school spelling bees held across Coweta County in our elementary schools and middle schools and associated program. If a school's finalists could not attend this year's bee, the second place winner will represent their school in tonight's competition. We congratulate every one of our finalists and our runners-up. We're going to introduce them in a moment, but first I want to thank several people for making tonight's bee possible. We're going to thank Kathy Nixon and her staff, as always, for the use of the Nixon Center for Performance Hall for our bee. Kathy, thank you so much. All the Nixon Center staff, wonderful, wonderful facility, and we appreciate you making this possible. We also thank our school principals and their staffs, many of whom are here tonight. We especially thank Assistant Superintendent Karen Barker, Christy Hildebrand, Paula Baker, Dory Hughes, and many staff members of the Coweta County School System's Curriculum Department as well, who have spent hours organizing our spelling bees and tonight's events. Thank you so much. And again, we especially thank our bee sponsor, Southern States Bank. Garnet Reynolds is here tonight, Coweta and Fayette County Market President for Southern States. And his bank has sponsored our he and his bank has sponsored our county's spelling bee for several years. Southern States has provided a gift of Kindle readers for tonight's first and second place winners, and thank you so much, Garnet. Coweta County School System would also like to just take a moment and recognize the parents and the family members and friends of these accomplished students who are here tonight. We know that many of you didn't just bring a competitor here, you also spent a long time calling out words and encouraging them. You've coached these students for years to get to this point, and we thank you for supporting these students and entrusting their education to the Coweta County School System. I'd also like to introduce our judges for tonight's event. They are Principal Stephanie Golden of Arbor Springs Elementary School, Principal John Vaughn, Canongate Elementary School, and Principal Jennifer Whitstone of Willis Road Elementary School. Thank y'all for serving tonight. So to our judges, I appreciate it. I am Dean Jackson, Coweta County School System, and I'll serve as tonight's pronouncer. As I mentioned earlier, elementary and middle schools across Coweta County have held spelling bees to get to tonight's competition. We'd like to recognize first the runners-up of our school spelling bees. When I call your name, if you're here tonight, please stand. From Arbor Springs Elementary School, Kunim Corley, Arnco Sargent Elementary School, Marley Nino Zavaleta, Atkinson Elementary School, Charlie Davis, Brooks Elementary, Ariana Glass, Canongate Elementary, Vincent Wynn, Eastside Elementary, Arabella Maldonado, Elm Street Elementary, Jeff Rhodes, Glanton Elementary, Caleb Moyce, Jefferson Parkway Elementary, Ethan Mueller, Moreland Elementary, Aiden Rossi, Noonan Crossing Elementary, Layla Smith, Northside Elementary, Harper Dickens, Poplar Road Elementary, Oscar Hodges, Ruth Hill Elementary, Mackay Johnson. From Thomas Crossroads, Josie Landers. From Welch Elementary School, Santiago Cardoza. From Western Elementary, Mishwan Phillips. White Oak Elementary, Ethan Gork. Willis Road Elementary, William Clardy. Arnold Middle School, Paulson Carey. Blake Bass Middle School, Matthew Stevens. East Coweta Middle, Lily Jackson. Empower Virtual Program, Braden Dudka. From Evans Middle School, Josue Osario Morales. Lee Middle School, Harper Messiah. Madras Middle School, Camden Crock. Smoky Road Middle School, Anders Lee. And 8th grade academy at CEC, Bailey McBride. Congratulations to each one of our runners-up. And the finalists from our 28 school spelling bee will serve as tonight's competitors. So, if you are a finalist or if you are a runner-up serving as a competitor, if you would, please come on stage. You can find your seat with your placard, and we'll take just a moment while everybody comes up. While our competitors are still coming up, again, I would just want to recognize a number of people that have made tonight possible, and that includes our Coweta County Board of Education. I know Larry Robertson from our Board of Education is here tonight. Y'all tell me if there are others, but I want to thank you so much for your support of our schools. Amy Dees, as a matter of fact, Amy Dees from our Coweta County Board of Education. Thank y'all so much for being here tonight. We appreciate it. And thank all of you for coming out for our competition tonight. These 28 competitors came from each one of Coweta County's elementary and middle schools and their associated program. And so what I'm going to do is I want to introduce each one of you. And when I do, if you would, please step forward and receive a winner's medallion from our judges and parents. I'm going to, just so you know, you can come forward and get pictures if you want, and then I'm going to have everybody come down so we get one big group picture right before we start. So, to recognize our competitors and our winners from our school spelling bee. From Arbor Springs Elementary, Santana Hagens. Step up, Santana. From Arnco Sargent Elementary, Jax Kling. From Atkinson Elementary School, J.C. Rosser. From Brooks Elementary, Thandiswa Allen. From Canongate Elementary, Jack Neer. From Eastside Elementary, Braden Norman. From Elm Street Elementary, Owen Roberts. From Glanton Elementary, Chris Crafton. Caleb Moyce is a runner-up and will compete tonight, and ask him to step forward. From Jefferson Parkway, Tatiana Wright. From Moreland Elementary School, Landon Marshall. From Noonan Crossing Elementary, Haley Tritz. From Northside Elementary, Skylar Mariska. From Poplar Road Elementary, Brooke Zuniga. From Ruth Hill Elementary, Elias Doyle. From Thomas Crossroads Elementary, Skylar McKinnon. From Welch Elementary School, Caleb Thomas. Western Elementary School, Christian Lambert. White Oak Elementary, Christopher Stanford. Willis Road Elementary, Jacob Bryant. From Arnold Middle School, Mackenzie Jenkins. Blake Bass Middle School, Bronson Marks. East Coweta Middle, Yasmin Stanley. From Empower Virtual, Zoe Reed. From Evans Middle School, Gwendolyn Wida. From Lee Middle School, Philip Hennessy. From Madras Middle School, Jackson Miranowski. Smoky Road Middle School, Joanne Roman. And from the 8th grade academy at CEC, Ethan Rosenberry. So that's your competitor? Cardi, okay, from Tom, from Will, that's what am I thinking? And I'll recognize one other that I didn't recognize at the time, competing for White Oak Elementary School, Willis Road Elementary School, William Cody, right? William Clardy. Thank you very much. I'm sorry, that was my fault. Yes. And also one other, East Coweta Middle, is Lily Jackson, competing tonight. Thank you. Thank you so much, judges. Thank you so much, competitors. We'll get started in a few minutes. We'll cover rules. But before we do, since you've been on stage, loosen up a little bit. Everybody stand up, if you would, and approach the front of the stage, and let everybody take a couple of moments and get a picture of you. Parents, if y'all would like to come forward. We'll take a moment to cover the rules for tonight's spelling bee. Those rules are similar to the ones that you're familiar with from your school spelling bee. Our competition is going to be conducted in rounds. Each competitor remaining in the spelling bee at the start of a round is going to be given one word to spell, and all words used tonight are entries in Merriam-Webster's Third New International Dictionary and Merriam-Webster's International Online Dictionary. Please understand that with our technological world, internet has numerous derivatives of words and spelling variations. Only Merriam-Webster spellings will be accepted this evening, and the job of identifying spelling accuracy rests solely on our judges. Thank you again, judges, for serving in this important role. Competitors, when it's your turn to spell, please stand, come forward to the microphone at center stage. Once you're given your word, please face our judges, face forward, and pronounce the word before and after your spelling. Please make an effort to utter each letter distinctly and with sufficient volume to be understood by our judges. And as in your school spelling bee, of course, you may ask for the word again from me after receiving it or from our judges. If you wish, you may ask for the word's definition, its usage in a sentence, part of speech, language of origin, and for any alternate pronunciations. Our judges will assist with those requests. Our judges are here again to uphold the rules and determine whether or not words are spelled correctly, and they are in complete control of the competition, and their decision is final on all questions. Just a word about our end of bee procedure. Because when we start in a few minutes, I'll start with number one, and we'll start with a practice round, and we'll go around, and we'll go by rounds. But as we go through those rounds, if a speller incorrectly spells a word, of course, during that round, that speller will then drop out of the competition and will leave the stage at that time. And I'd ask you each, if you don't mind, when you leave the stage, if you'd leave the stage to my left, right back here, and you'll see a basket on a chair, and you can drop your placard in that basket as you go off. And as we advance in rounds, what we're looking for ultimately are two final competitors who will vie for first and second place. So, during our later rounds, when maybe only a few competitors remain, I may ask our spellers to remain on stage even after they misspell a word, or if needed, to just come back up. until we finally reach a round that has 2 and only 2 competitors at the end. If during a round none of the remaining competitors spell correctly, then everyone will remain in the competition and a new round will begin with all competitors who started the round. Similarly, if only one speller spells correctly during a complete round, and during an advanced complete round, a new round is going to begin to determine those 2 final participants until, in other words, we end a round with 2 participants cleanly. If necessary, we'll recall participants who left the stage during such a round, as I've described. And then once we end a round with only 2 spellers remaining, we'll begin one-word round until someone between those 2 finalists will misspell a word. If the next speller can correctly spell the previously misspelled word, that speller is then given a championship word to spell. And if the speller misspells the championship word, we move on and a new round begins. But if the speller spells the championship word correctly, then he or she will be declared tonight's champion. So, with that, we're going to start our competition. We're going to start with a practice round. If you misspell during this round, it is not final. This is just to warm everybody up. So, number 1, if you would, please take your place. And your word is wide. Wide.
Wide. W-I-D-E. Y.
That's correct. Your word is part.
Part. P-A-R-T. Part.
Correct. Your word is sink.
Sink. S-I-N-K. Sink.
That's correct. Your word is tummy.
Tummy. T-U-M-M-Y. Tummy.
That is correct. If a little funny. Your word is goods.
Goods. G-O-O-D-S. Goods.
That's correct. Your word is nook.
Nook. N-O-C-K. Nook.
Afraid that is incorrect. You're off by 1 letter, but no penalty in this practice round. Your word is cold.
Cold. C-O-L-D. Cold.
Correct. Your word is lane.
Lane. L-A-N-E.
That's correct. Your word is sun.
Can you use it in a sentence?
The proud father beamed with joy as he watched his son take his first steps.
Sun. S-O-N. Sun.
That's correct. Your word is same.
Same. S-A-M-E.
That's correct. Your word is much.
Much. M-U-C-H.
That's
Much.
correct. That's correct. Your word is car.
Car. C-A-R. Car.
That's correct. Your word is silk.
Silk. S-I-L-K. Silk.
That's correct. There you go. Your word is cove.
Cove. C-O-V-E. Cove.
Correct. Your word is thing.
Thing. T-H-I-N-G. Thing.
Correct. Your word is mask.
Mask. M-A-S-K. Mask.
Correct. Your word is hike.
Hike. H-I-K-E. Hike.
Correct. Your word is star.
S-T-A-R.
Correct. Your word is rage.
Rage. R-A-G-E. Rage.
That's correct. Your word is gift.
Gift. G-I-F-T. Gift.
That's correct. Your word is tummy. Pardon me. I had that on my mind. I apologize. Just a joke. Your word is very.
Can you use it in a sentence?
It was a very challenging task, but with determination, they successfully completed it.
Very, V-E-R-Y, very.
That's correct. Your word is last.
Last. L-A-S-T. Last.
That's correct. Your word is well.
Well. W-E-L-L.
That's correct. Your word is mess.
Mess. M-E-S-S. Mess.
That's correct. Your word is slow.
Slow. S-L-O-W. Slow.
That's correct. Your word is sofa.
Sofa. S-O-F-A.
That's correct. Your word is part.
Part. P-A-R-T. Part.
That's correct. Your word is mother.
Mother. M-O-T-H-E-R. Mother.
That's correct. Very good. Everybody did a great job. That's our practice round. We're now going to begin our first round of competition, and to each of you, good luck. Number one. Your word is ring.
Ring. R-I-N-G. Ring.
That's correct. Your word is bed.
Bed. B-E-D. Bed.
That's correct. Your word is gift.
Gift. G-I-F-T. Gift.
Correct. Your word is lawyer.
Lawyer. L-A-W-E-R. Lawyer.
I'm afraid that's incorrect. Did I hear that? Did I hear that correctly, judges? Okay. Yep, afraid so. Your word is silver.
Silver. S-I-L-V-E-R. Silver.
That's correct. Your word is janitor.
Janitor. J-A-N-I-A-T-E-O-R.
No, I'm afraid that's incorrect. Good job. Your word is honeybee.
Honeybee. Honeybee. H-O-N-E. Wait. Could you use it in a sentence?
I think you could use it in a sentence, but you do have to use the letters that you've used already.
The honeybee is a vital pollinator for many plants and crops.
Okay. Honeybee. H-O-N-E-Y space B-E-E.
There is no space in mine, but that word is spelled correctly. I'd be inclined if you all would be.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
It means a bee, actually. That's what we're checking on. Yes, you got it correct. We'll take it. Your word is carrot.
Carrot. C-A-R-R-O-T.
Is that correct? I couldn't hear from here. Is that correct? Correct. That is correct. Your word is empty.
Empty. H-I-M-P-T-Y. Empty.
I'm afraid that's incorrect. Your word is pear.
Can you please use that in a sentence?
The ripe pear was perfectly juicy and delicious.
Pear. P-E-A-R. Pear.
That's correct. Your word is scold.
Scold. S-C-O-L-D. Scold.
That's correct. Your word is lettuce.
Lettuce. L-E-T-T-U-C-E. Lettuce.
That's correct. Your word is jelly.
Jelly. J-E-L-L-Y. Jelly.
That's correct. Your word is rooster.
Say it in a sentence.
The rooster crowed loudly at dawn, signaling the start of a new day.
Rooster. R-O-O-S-T-E-R. Rooster.
That's correct. Your word is lane.
May you repeat that?
Lane.
Lane. L-A-N-E. Lane.
That's correct. Your word, go ahead. Your word is goods.
Goods. Goods. Goods.
That's correct. Your word is same.
Same. SAME. Same.
Correct. Your word is milk.
MILK.
That's correct. Your word is large.
Large. LARGE. Large.
That's correct. Your word is spring.
Spring. SPRING. Spring.
That's correct. Your word is hook.
Hook. HOOK. Hook.
That's correct. Your word is wide.
Wide. WIDE. Wide.
That's correct. Your word is cold.
Cold. COLD. Cold.
That's correct. Your word is upshot.
Upshot. UPSHOT.
That's correct. Your word is please.
Please. PLEASE. Please.
That's correct. Your word is mouse.
Could you use it in a sentence?
The cat chased the mouse around the room, creating a commotion.
Mouse. MOUSE. Mouse.
That's correct. Your word is music.
Music. MUSIC. Music.
That's correct. Your word is ready.
Ready. READY. Ready.
That's correct. That ends our first round. We'll move on to round two. Your word is meteor.
Meteor. METEOR.
That's correct. Your word is magician.
Magician. MAJICIAN.
I think I heard one letter off in that. I'm afraid that's incorrect. Close. Your word is monopolize.
Monopolize. MONOPOLIZE. Monopolize.
That's correct. Your word is newbie.
Newbie. Newbie.
That is correct. Your word is freight.
Could you use it in a sentence?
The cargo ship carried a vast amount of freight from one continent to another.
Freight. Freight. Freight.
That's correct. Your word is crumpet.
Cupid. CRUPID.
Want to make sure that is incorrect. I think it was off by a letter. Good job. Your word is omission.
Can you please repeat that?
Omission.
Can you use that in a sentence?
The omission of key details in the report led to confusion among the readers.
Omission. OMISSION.
That's correct.
Omission.
Your word is intellectual.
Intellectual. INTELLECTUAL. Intellectual.
That's correct. Your word is isolation.
Isolation. ISOLATION. Isolation.
That's correct. Your word is ignite.
Ignite. IGNIGHT. Ignite.
I believe that's incorrect if I've heard. I'm afraid you were off just a little bit, but that is incorrect. Your word is cabbage.
Use it in a sentence.
She harvested fresh cabbage from the garden to make coleslaw for the picnic.
Cabbage. CABBAGE. Cabbage.
That's correct. Your word is cucumber.
Cucumber. CUCUMBER. Cucumber.
That's correct. Your word is melted.
Melted. MELTED. Melted.
That's correct. Your word is legacy.
Legacy. LEGACY. Legacy.
That's correct. Your word is anyway.
ANYWAY.
That is correct. Your word is carnival.
Carnival. CARNIVAL. Carnival.
That is correct. Your word is eggplant.
Eggplant. EGGPLANT. Eggplant.
That's correct. Your word is apology.
Apology. APOLOGY. Apology.
That's correct. Your word is fedora.
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 May I get that in a sentence, please?
He tipped his fedora in greeting as he entered the elegant restaurant.
Fedora. Fedora. Fedora.
That is correct. Your word is fragile.
Fragile. Fragile. Fragile.
That's correct. Your word is dilemma.
The what?
Dilemma.
The lemma. THELAMAA.
I'm afraid that's incorrect. Your word is climate.
Can you use it in a sentence?
The tropical climate of the island made it an ideal destination for beach lovers.
Climate. CLIMAT.
No, I'm afraid you're off by one letter. Good job. Your word is heroic.
Heroic. HEROIC.
That's correct. Your word is formalize.
Formalize. FORMALISE. Formalize.
That's correct. Your word is erode.
Erode. ERODE. Erode.
That's correct. And that ends round 2. We'll move to round 3. Your word is attitude.
Attitude. ATTITUDE. Attitude.
That's correct. Your word is contraction.
Contraction. CONTRACTION. Contraction.
That's correct. Your word is infiltrate.
Can you use that in a sentence, please?
The spy managed to infiltrate the enemy's headquarters without being detected.
Infiltrate. INFULTRATE.
I'm afraid that was off by one letter. Your word is millionaire.
Millionaire. MILLIONAIRE.
That's correct. Your word is scooter.
Scooter. SCOOTER.
Ooter. Scooter.
That's correct. Your word is dialect.
Dialect. D-I-A-L-E-C-T. Dialects.
That's correct. Your word is acceptance.
Acceptance. EXCEPTANCE. Acceptance.
Close, but I'm afraid that's incorrect. Your word is reign.
Use it in a sentence.
Queen Victoria's reign is often referred to as the Victorian era.
Reign. REIGN. Reign.
That's correct. Your word is stage struck.
Stage struck. STAGESTRUCK. Stage struck.
That's correct. Your word is carnation.
Can you please use that in a sentence?
He gave her a bouquet of red carnations as a symbol of love.
Coronations. CORNATIONS. Coronations.
No, I'm afraid that's incorrect. Your word is tawny.
Can you repeat that, please?
Tawny.
Tawny? Tawny. T-O. Could you use that in a sentence, please?
The tawny owl blended perfectly with the autumn leaves in the forest.
Tawny. T-O-O-N-Y?
I'm afraid that's incorrect. Your word is cleave.
CLEAVE.
That's correct. Your word is avenue.
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 Avenue. AVENUE. Avenue.
That's correct. Your word is scalp.
Scalp. SCALP. Scalp.
That's correct. Your word is marshal.
Can you use it in a sentence?
The martial music played as the soldiers marched in perfect formation.
Marshall. MARSHALL. Marshall.
I'm afraid that's incorrect. It was correct, but for the other word. There's a similar word. Good job. Your word is acumen.
Sir?
Acumen.
Acumen?
Acumen.
May I get that in a sentence?
His business acumen led to the successful expansion of the company.
May I get a definition, please?
The ability to make good judgments and quick decisions, keen insight or shrewdness.
Acumen? Pronunciation, please. Is that okay?
Acumen.
ACCUMEN. Acumen.
close, but I'm afraid that's incorrect. Good job. Your word is flounder.
Can I get that in a sentence, please?
The hiker began to flounder in the deep snow. Grilled flounder is a popular dish in coastal regions.
Can I get the definition, please?
To struggle awkwardly or to move clumsily, especially in water or mud, or a flatfish often used as food.
Flounder. Flownder. Flounder.
I'm afraid that's incorrect. Good job. Your word is nominee.
Nominee. Nominee.
That's correct. Your word is heiress.
Okay, you say that again, please.
Heiress.
Oh, Aris. A-R-I-C-E. Aris.
I believe that's incorrect if I heard that correctly, but I'm afraid that's incorrect. Good job. Your word is beseech.
Besiege?
Beseech.
Can I get the pronunciation again?
Sure. I will ask our judges for their pronunciation, if you don't mind, but beseech.
Beseech.
Can I have the definition, please?
To urgently and fervently request or beg for something, to implore.
Can I have it in a sentence, please?
The villagers would beseech the gods for a bountiful harvest.
Beseech. B-I-S-E-A-C-H.
I'm afraid that's incorrect. Good job. We have reached the end of our third round. We'll move on to round 4. Your word is cardigan.
Cardigan. C-A-R-N-I-G-A-N.
I wasn't sure. Did y'all hear that as incorrect? Incorrect. I'm afraid that's incorrect. Very close. Good job. Your word is orientation.
Orientation. O-R-I-E-N-T-A-T-I-O-N. Orientation.
That's correct. Your word is absent.
Can I get that sentence while I speak into the microphone?
He was marked absent from the meeting as he was attending a conference.
Absent. A-B-S-E-N-T. Absent.
I heard that correctly. That's correct. Your word is curable.
Can you say that again?
Curable.
Can you use that in a sentence?
With proper medical intervention, many diseases are curable.
Can I get the definition?
Capable of being cured, healed, or treated successfully.
Can you pronounce that again?
Curable.
Curable. C-U-R. E-A-B-L-E.
Close, but I'm afraid that's incorrect. Good job. Your word is radiation.
Radiation. R-A-D-I-A-T-I-O-N.
That's correct. Your word is faltered.
Say it in a sentence.
She faltered in her speech when asked an unexpected question.
Faltered. F-A-U-L-T-E-R-E-D. Faltered.
No, I'm afraid that's incorrect. Close. Your word is withered.
May I have that in a sentence, please?
The withered leaves crunched underfoot in the autumn forest.
Withered. W-H-I-T-H-E-R-E-D.
I'm afraid you were one letter off. That's incorrect. Your word is expanse.
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 E. Expense or expanse?
Expanse.
E X P A N C E.
Oh, close, but I'm afraid that's incorrect. Just one letter. Good job. Your word is acutely.
Acutely. A-C-U-T-E-L-Y. Acutely.
That's correct. Your word is columns.
Can you use that in a sentence, please?
The ancient temple had majestic columns supporting its grand entrance.
Columns. C-O-L-L-U-M-S. Columns.
No, it was off by one letter. I'm sorry. Good job. Your word is tartan.
Use it in a sentence, please.
He wore a kilt made of traditional Scottish tartan.
Tartan. T-A-R-T-A-N.
That's correct. We moved around 5. Go, no, you're right. Go right ahead. Your word is bonnet.
Can you please repeat the word?
Bonnet.
Can you please use it in a sentence?
She wore a beautiful bonnet adorned with flowers to the spring garden party.
Bonnet. B-O-N-N-E-T. Bonnet.
That's correct. Your word is rodeo.
Can I get that in a sentence?
The rodeo drew a large crowd eager to witness thrilling rodeo events.
Rodeo. R-O-D-E-O. Rodeo.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Your word is crunches.
Can I get that in a sentence?
My sister crunches the ice after she finishes her drink.
Crunches. C-R-U-N-C-H-E-S. Crunches.
That's correct. Your word is inflate.
Inflate. INFLATE, inflate.
That's correct. Your word is skiing.
Can you use it in a sentence?
They spent the weekend skiing in the picturesque mountains.
Skiing. SKIING.
That's correct. To start round 6, your word is litmus.
Can you please repeat the word?
Litmus.
Can you please provide it in a sentence?
The chemist used litmus paper to test the acidity of the solution.
Litmus. LITMUS. Litmus.
That's correct. Your word is recuperation.
Can I get the pronunciation?
Recuperation.
Can I get that in a sentence?
After a week of rest and recuperation, she felt much stronger.
Recuperation. RECUPERATION.
Close, but I'm afraid that's incorrect. Your word is hexagonal. Hexagonal.
Is there an alternate pronunciation?
I'll leave that to our judges.
Hexagonal.
Hexagonal. HEXAGONAL.
That's correct. Your word is omnibus.
Say again, please.
Omnibus.
Omnibus. OMNIBUS. Omnibus.
That's correct. Your word is seethe.
Please use it in a sentence.
The pot began to seethe as the water reached a boiling point.
Seethe. SEETHE. Seethe.
That's correct. For round 7, your word is peninsular.
Peninsular. PENINSULER. Peninsular.
I heard, I think, off by one letter on that one. I'm sorry. No, not an E. Your word is putrid.
Putrid. PUTRID.
That's correct. Your word is vexatious.
Can you provide that in a sentence, please?
The constant delays were vexatious to the frustrated passengers.
Vexatious. VEXACIOS. OUS. Vexatious.
That is incorrect. It was off by one letter. Your word is arid.
Can you use it in a sentence?
The desert is known for its arid climate and vast stretches of sand.
Definition.
Having little or no rainfall, very dry or parched.
Can you repeat it?
Arid.
Arid. A-R-I-D.
That is correct. And I'll note that that brings us to our last two competitors. So you are going to be the finalist and the winner for our spelling bee tonight, and we're about to enter that end of B procedure. I'm going to ask you both to come up if you don't mind. And in fact, because this will move a bit faster, if y'all are comfortable with this, I'd like you both to come up, stand on either side of the microphone, and we'll get started. I'll kind of go back over this in just a moment. But I'd like you to remind us who you are. Tell us your name and your school once again, please.
Bronson Marks, Blake Bass.
Tandy Saw Allen Brooks Elementary.
Very good. Congratulations. Just to remind you, now that we've entered this end of the B with just the two of you remaining, we're going to begin one-word rounds. And so I'm going to start with you in just a moment, give you a word, and then if you spell that correctly, we'll move on to your competitor. The first time either one of you misspells a word, I'm going to give your opponent an opportunity to spell that word correctly. If they spell that word correctly, then they're going to have an opportunity for the championship word, the winning word. If they spell that incorrectly, then we'll just move back to one-word rounds. But otherwise, if they spell it correctly, they will be the champion of our spelling bee tonight. So, with that, we're going to move on, and I'm going to give you the first word, ridiculous.
Ridiculous. R-I-D-I-C-O-U-L-U-O. Ridiculous. R-I-D-I-C-O-U-O-L-O-U-S.
That is incorrect. I'm going to give you an opportunity to spell ridiculous.
Ridiculous. R-I-D-I-C-U-L-O-U-S.
That is correct. So you now have an opportunity for a championship word, and that word is biscotti.
Biscotti. B-I-S-C-O-T-T-I.
That's correct. Congratulations. Congratulations to Brooks Elementary School and to Blake Bass. Thank you so much. Garnet, I'm going to ask you to, if I'm going to ask Garnet Reynolds to come forward. We have a presentation for both of you, but I want to take a moment as he comes forward and thank each and every one of our competitors. Y'all did great tonight. Thank you, parents and families, for bringing these kids tonight. This was a great spelling bee. Again, Southern State Bank is our sponsor. Garnet Reynolds has a prize for each one of you.